That's interesting. Good evening. How are you? I'm not really sure about this, baby. Oh, I guess I'll just have to try it. Boom and boom. It works. Yay. That link right there should work. Can you hear my clock ticking? Probably not. If you're anywhere with any kind of background noise, you're not going to hear that, right? We'll just wait for a couple minutes for some people to come on in before we start the troll auditions. We're having troll auditions tonight. I still haven't taken this. I've been meaning to take this all day because I've learned that taking an anti-inflammatory right now would be a good idea. And I haven't been taking them at all. This might help me a lot. How long can How long can tea sit on my desk before I shouldn't drink it? Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait. No, she goes, no, no. I don't even really like that song, but it's stuck in my head. No. They don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait, no. Oh my God. Sorry. That was... Did I get you? I'm not grinding it. Don't look at me crazy. There's a bunch of ground shit on the bottom. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm not standing up. I'm not moving. I'm just going to wait for a few minutes, like at least 10 minutes. For whatever like stream crawlers are looking to see if I'm breaking all the rules, which I always do. I'm just, you know, look, hey, I don't know. I'm trying to be a normal person. I'm not really. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I guess it's bedtime. It is bedtime. So we'll hang out here for a couple of minutes. Listen, I want you guys to know that this is one of the very few times that I have the chat open for subscribers for under 5 minutes, or I mean 5 minutes. Normally it's 3 or 4 months. So just saying. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Holy schnizzle whistles. It's my bedtime. That's what's going on. Come sleep with me. I told you guys before. I wish I just had like a big room we could all just dogpile and sleep together. I finally realized how I hurt myself this last time. Again, it's shadow related. It's even in one of the live streams. You can see it. And that's how I hurt myself this last time. Yep. And that was only 5 days ago. It literally seems like 2 weeks. I pulled all the muscles in my back. I pulled my whole entire shoulders and back. That whole fucking back slab of muscles and tendons and nerves and everything. I pulled them by hoisting up a 120-pound dog. Quickly. I whipped around and went, "Rock!" And then I was like, literally, I guess it must have been till the next day that I couldn't move because I was in so much pain. I was crying and I didn't put it together. Like, you know, because pain doesn't always hurt when it happens, when the injury happens. Has it been 10 minutes yet? Okay. It's time to smoke. Oh my God. I guess it'll go away. They said it could take several weeks or months. Like right in here is so painful. But now that I know how I hurt myself, I'm not afraid that I'm about to die. Hi, Alan. How are you, honey? I realize how I hurt myself, Alan. I don't know if you were on the stream where I was juicing the apples and I had to pick up shadow. That's how I hurt myself. That was 5 days ago. 5 days ago. Felt like it was like 2 weeks. So painful. But at least now I know that's what it is and that I'll be better. How are you doing, honey? What's happening there? Are you still in Europe or did you get back to Spain? I should put some, if I can find some like CBD oil around here. I know I have a bunch of it around, just everywhere. Like right here. Oh, nope. What the fuck, man? Okay, so here's the thing, right? Why are things like remote controls and phones and stuff black? You just can't see them. If it's dark and you're trying to find something, like there's so, like hard drives. I could look around right now, it's like gear a lot of the time is black. I get it. Like you can't have, it's better if it's black, just trust me. But it's hard to fucking see it. I'm trying to find, there it is, look, I found it. This is a THC CBD CBN mixed with what I'm assuming is just Vicks. Apparently, picking up my 120-pound dog the other day wasn't the brightest idea, but he was trying to eat my cat. He does that a couple times a year. Tries to. He doesn't actually do anything. I'm not sure if he would, or I don't know what's going on. And I looked back on the video. Once I remembered that, I looked back on the video to see if I could, like, finally figure out what's going on between the two of them. And I could not figure it out. The camera angle wasn't quite right, but I've been in excruciating pain. I mean, I'm a little better today, but oh my God. The whole back part of my body, from here out to my shoulders and down to the middle of my back, is, and the worst is this here and right back there. It's starting to go away. For those of you who do not know, so that happened about 5 days ago. And because I didn't know what the problem was, well, I don't know. I don't know what about it. But so now I know why it happened. But in the meantime, a lovely figure in my life we refer to as Firewall, or Pilot Uniball, but usually Firewall, sent me to a brain doctor that he knows here in my town. And of course, the doctor was like, oh my God, when he saw my x-rays, and was like, yeah, you need surgery. Thanks. Didn't even offer me an aspirin. I went because I was in so much pain. And I still am, but at least I'm sitting here at home. So I realized that, okay, so once I realized what happened, once I realized how I actually hurt myself, I looked it up online, like, is it a strain? Is it a pull? Is it a sprain? I don't know. So I looked up online and found that it's something like that. It could last. The pain that I'm feeling, you can tell I'm a little more mobile if you've seen me, if you know, than I was a couple of, oh my God, I'm sorry, days ago. So I'm relieved to realize how I injured myself, and then I'll be getting better. It was Saturday. That's what did it, Alan. I was juicing. It's getting there. I mean, it's still really, really bad. So I did something to myself. The result being, though, I ended up at the brain doctor, who then gave me a referral to the spine surgeon because I do need spinal surgery more than anyone. More than anybody. But I didn't want to get it 30 years ago, 10, 20, 30, 35 or more years ago, because I really just knew that the surgery I envisioned would come. And now, all these years later, it has. And it's available right here in my town. And he referred me to someone who does it. However, unless she was practicing in Europe for a long time prior, she doesn't really have all that much experience, right? 5 years. So how many patients has she done this on? What are the results? All of that stuff, like the outcomes. What would my prognosis be? So I do expect a call from their office at some point. And hopefully in the near future that would result in a spinal surgery I've been waiting for 35 years. And within that 35 years, I've had it re-injured and made much worse several times. It's true. So that was kind of like an interesting thing, you know. It's like, so I come back to, you never know if you're having good luck or bad luck. I never would have told Firewall about any kind of my pain. I just don't talk about it, except with you guys. you all know about it because you're in my house with me when I'm at my best or worst. When I'm just like out there, I mean, for example, you know my mentor Michael I told you about, right? Well, he's known me for 35 years and I never told him my back was broken and that it was re-broken worse. I never told him. And he's like, what? Because he didn't know. Because you can't tell unless I'm trying to tell you. Because people treat me different when I tell them that. And he did. Now, no matter when I talk to him, he's going to be like, how are you? Okay, well, I know you're in pain. I'll let you go. Uh-huh. So whatever. This is a heavy ponytail. When you have a ponytail like up on top of your head, you have to keep pulling your hair tight because, you know, the ponytail needs to stay tight, but it's not good for your hair. It breaks your hair. That's why you don't usually see me wear my hair up like this. Like as a dancer and a gymnast, not so much as a gymnast, but as a dancer, I always had my hair up. And so I really, really like high tight ponytails. Oh, thank you, honey. You know what? Alan, that's why people don't know. That's why people don't know. And that's why the doctor the other day said the only reason really that you're walking around is because you have an incredibly strong mind. I'm like, yay, me. But it's true that the residual effects of focusing so much of my mental energy subliminally, subconsciously, and consciously on dealing with serious chronic pain is I don't get much else done. I could sit here and chat with you guys because it's kind of like talking to myself if I had multiple personalities. It's not like having real people in my house. If you guys were really here and I had to see, it's not that I don't want to see your faces and hear your voices, but it puts a demand on my system to perceive faces and perceive voices. I can take a very, very, very little bit of that. But like this, when you guys are writing to me, it's more like I'm just multiple personality. Listen, I am not making fun of disabilities, y'all. I've got plenty myself, okay? Have you ever seen the movie Crip Camp? If not, you need to watch it. It's how the whole ADA came about. And thank God. Thank God for those people because, you know, it does make my life easier. Yeah, well, hopefully the Advil will work. This whole entire 5 days, I don't think I took it once. And that's what it said to do. So when I looked up online, what do you do for sprains and pulls and things? It said to take everything else I was doing. The ice, the heat, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't taking the anti-inflammatory. Duh. I still need a parent. And I really mean it. And I get really emotional about it because I know. It sounds silly. I know. I should know these things. But for the past 5 days, this is fucking light. I don't know why. I don't know why it does that. It might need to be fuck up. Alexa, turn purple ball to white. Okay. So, I didn't take these for 5 days. I should have taken them 5 days ago because I don't want to take stuff. I think it's like really bad for me. It is. It's bad for us. We know that. So I want to really limit my intake of stuff And, but I was doing everything else. And when I saw that I needed to take that, it was kind of like, well, duh. And then, of course, I had to eat. Okay, so I've been eating more, guys. I've eaten a lot more, but here's what I've decided to do. All right. You know, sumo wrestlers. I know this sounds so stupid when I say it, but I've done the research. Like, seriously, if I tell you something that, that I'm gonna start doing, it's because I've looked at the medical journals and I've done the research or whatever. So, sumo wrestlers, do you know how they get so fucking huge? They're not bloated. They're not like just fat and flabby. They don't sit around and eat Twinkies. They protein dump. So they get big and firm. I need to do that. I need to be big and firm. And when I'm feeling better, I would like to start going to the gym a little bit. As much as I love yoga, and well, you know what? And that comes back to it. It's like, that's all I really need to do. But sometimes, sometimes I'd like to go and do a little lat pull down. But I got to be careful because I can look very masculine quickly, and I don't want to, you know. Growing up asthmatic, I struggled to breathe a lot, and so I have like bigger lungs and bigger like chest cavity, and I feel like that already kind of makes me look a little more masculine. I'm not really trying to look more masculine. But I do want to, stay very toned and fit because I feel like I'm just getting too tiny. And I do like to do yoga, but then you guys know I overdo it. How? That's not yoga. I know. It's just hard for me to kind of moderate because when something feels good, I want to get done and do more. Oh yeah. But then I end up hurting myself. I get really competitive with myself. It's like I like to see my arm muscles grow. But then I actually don't really mind having nice cut shoulders, but I like them to be small and lean. And I can bulk up really easy. So I don't know. It's all a balance, right? What do you guys do? I know Alan is a long distance. Are you a runner or cyclist? Alan, I know that you have the body makeup for that. You're the endurance athlete. Urgh. And everybody's got their own thing, and sometimes it does have to do with your body chemistry. What kind of body do you have, and what kind of food do you need to eat? So I've been macking on some protein. Hardcore bitches. So I had a shit ton of steak, and I had a shit ton of, I had a shit ton of chicken. And I'm like, is chicken even good for me? But Jonathan said collagen and protein. So, okay, I do need collagen. And then what? Oh, thank you, Alan. I mean, I really am trying to just, is there ever a point that I'm just going to be able to coast on like self-care habits? Nothing ever feels like a habit. And you are the way you are, which probably means you're neurodivergent. Do you habituate? Well, see, that's your thing. You're all about habituation. Does it bother you that I have trouble with habits and routine? That must drive you nuts watching me. Or do I and I don't know it? Maybe you're like, what do you mean you do have routine? Don't say that. You have routine. I do? Well, what is it? Tell me so I can do it. Oh my God. If y'all are new here, the majority of us are neurodivergent. Just so you're aware. Hi, JJ. How are you, honey? It's nice to see you here. They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hands, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And they say, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do that things to before. Hey, say, move for me, yeah. And when you're done, I'll make you do them all again. You used to run and cycle. Now you do a lot of walking. That's good. I like walking. Once I get really into walking, it's, you know, I want to run, but I can't run. I want to, though. I get to the point where I like fall forward walking, and it's like I can't walk any faster, but I can't run. Have you ever seen that? Okay, I know you for sure have seen the horses with the backs that go like this. I don't know if you've ever seen a cow, but I would never equate myself to a horse, but I would equate myself to a cow. Cows really weren't built to run. Neither was I. And so, like, if you saw me as a cow out in the pasture, it'd be like, here's my head, and then it'd go, and then my tail. Oh my God, Alan, you know what? I just found out there's a jazz club in another town not far from me. I'm going to have to check out. I love real jazz clubs, guys. Look, I was raised on the real shit with the OGs, okay? Jazz and blues with the old crusty, old skinny black motherfuckers from Detroit. I know jazz and blues. I'm so hungry for some good soul. Anything. Goddamn, give me some soulful something. Give me some soul food too while you're at it, okay? You know, if having black children and being a white woman in the black world with black children, if I hadn't already done that and learned they don't really want us over there, I would still be like, can I come to your Labor Day party? Can I come to your barbecue, your cookout, please? Please. You have not lived until you've been to a soul food barbecue. You do not know what could be. Unless you've been to a good soul food barbecue. So get yourself some black friends. Unless you're a white woman, and then just don't. No, just don't. They don't want you, sister. And there's nothing you're gonna do to change them. Just no, girl, no. Stop. They don't want you. And you know what? I learned, here's what I learned over the years is you're never going to find your people. Well, me. I'm never going to find my people, I thought I had found my people at times. And then I realized painfully at different times that you just probably aren't going to find like like someone's playlist, like it's already made like your people. Not if you're like me. It's one at a time, one at a time. And a lot of the times those people pretend to be just like you for a long time even, and then you think that they're like you. It takes time and patience and observation and trail of evidence. And this is why I tell people all the time and parents all the time, marry young and stay married. You really, really want to know that person you marry from like kindergarten and their parents and all the fucking drama and bullshit or whatever that they've ever been through that can be known. When you meet someone in college, okay. When you meet someone when they're like already divorced, it's better if you meet Amy. I think it's best. And I think it was best. I think this is when marriages worked and lasted any length of time, which is when people grew up together. Amy, did you and your husband meet at what age? Like, were you guys really young? Did you know each other as children, or your firsties or secondies, third? And so if you have the opportunity, but if you don't, like the rest of us, what are you gonna do? Oh, look at that. See, that's ideal. That's nice. Did you know of each other before then? Were you in the same school system growing up? That's the good shit. So, oh, you weren't. So you met then? Okay, cool. Yeah. That's the business. And I just think that, oh boy. But did you know people who knew each other's people? Like you could check up on him and like everybody would tell you if he was a POS, right? This is kind of what I'm saying. Like, when I accidentally got married, I had no way of knowing anything about this person's past, actually. And one woman said, no, oh, no, please don't, no. And I should have listened. Girls, ladies, if there's another woman trying to tell you, no, girl, listen. Literally every douchebag I've ever been with, I swear to God, I can probably think back to a woman that was a good woman and who loved me trying to tell me, no. Girls, just listen. Your girlfriends actually do have your back. They're not jealous of your raggedy ass man. Oh, interesting. Like a 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of anyone that I went to school with that it's like, you know what, he's the boy I should have married. No. I can't think of a one. Literally, honestly, looking back, I can't really think of anyone I should have married. Even the one I did it was just 4 months. And I knew it wasn't gonna work, okay? I knew it wasn't gonna work, but sometimes you just do stuff. I felt sorry for him. I actually really felt like this was his last chance in life to make something work and turn it around, and he didn't. Luckily, it seems like maybe he finally quit drinking and met someone he's been with for a couple of years. But you know what? Honestly, I think he'll probably ruin it eventually, and it's sad. But whatever. Oh, yeah. You guys are doing so great. I'm smacking my lips a lot tonight. I'm sorry. You guys are doing great. And how how is it going, like, in your space actually? How is it now as compared to when she first arrived? Excuse me, because you were just a little bit concerned about how to approach her having, like, being in your space. So then we said, hey, why don't you just make sure that she has her own space and knows that she can spend as much time there as she wants to. How is it now? Wow. Yeah. Do you guys still talk? I had a girlfriend like that, and you know what? I just got the feeling that honestly, I got the feeling she really didn't like me. Excuse me. Why, honey? Are you living in a temporary structure while you build, or did you buy a very small house, or what happened? Since you were living on the boat. Oh, I love that too. I actually have had some revelation, so many revelations, you guys. It just doesn't stop. And I really need to be journaling it because it's so much. I'm going to take my journal out. Oh my God. I mean, even in like the bathtub today, I take a lot of baths because during the winter I get chilled to the bone. And I mean, I know I can put a sweater on and stuff, but then I get cold and hot and cold and hot. So I soak in a tub, and it's so dry here that I really just needed some moisture on my skin. And I don't even know, man. You know how little kids, when they cry, they're like, and they just cry and cry like, you know, you know, kids do that. I was kind of doing that. It was like going so deep. It was like getting wrung out of my sacral chakra. There was some primal fucking shit getting wrung out of me. And it was like hard for me to allow. I don't sit around and cry. But I tried to acknowledge it as a detoxification process that I must learn to allow to detox these toxins. Because y'all, emotions are hormones. Hormones are toxins. Get them out. For women, we detox through our tears. If you can cry, cry, no matter who you are. If you're a man, it's different for you. You've got different ways of detoxing. Pluto. Oh, baby, that's so great. That's so great. It's, you know, it's really wonderful if you can have someone in your home who recognizes and understands that need for space, solitude, retreat. Aquarius. So Pluto is moving out of, or oh my gosh, but you guys, here's what I'm gonna warn you about, all right? Get ready, y'all. Shit. Sauna. I need a steam room, really, is what I need more than anything. Okay, so is this like the literal dawning of the age of Aquarius or something? Is this the age of Aquarius starting right now? Is that what you're saying? I don't have tissues, sorry. I just don't. So I rang it out like these, you know how we do breath work, right? I've shown you this amazing breath work and pushing it out and doing those bandha locks and everything. That's how much I was pushing it out, but in like, I spit a lot. So yeah, I was crying. But it wasn't so much like, it was something completely different. And then I spit a lot. So it was a lot of stuff coming out of here and there. And it was just like this total detox, and it was incredible. And then it kept happening over and over. But here's what was happening that was really fascinating. Watch. I've told you, with this update, the key of maintenance is breath. So as I'm sitting there allowing these repetitive like waves of like emotion to detox out of my body, look, I can show. And as I get it pushed all the way out, and my mental mind, I'm watching this and observing, and I'm like, I'm just gonna probably take a breath now. That's interesting. This is kind of like a bandha lock. I'll probably take a breath. But what happened at the bottom and when it's all the way pushing it out, like the whole back of my throat opened up and this huge huge opening in the back of my head, like the whole back of my head, like filled with air. Okay, like here. And I've also shown you guys when I was teaching you vocal exercises and vocal training, in order to hit those very high notes or to just get your most relaxed tone, you might want to just drop your chin a little bit and relax. Don't do this to sing. Relax that shit. It's prettier. It feels better. It won't hurt you. And the placement's really important too. We've talked about that as well. Okay. But I've never, like, I just had, and it keeps going. So this whole thing where I'm like, the maintenance is the breath, and I'm realizing I've never breathed my whole entire life. I've never breathed. unless I was literally doing yoga or I constantly hold my breath, and then at night I've got these really long, deep breaths, like imperceptibly long breaths. Like, am I gonna be okay? Apparently. So, fascinating, right? To me. Go, babe. I thank you so much for stopping in and saying hi. I've eaten a lot of protein today. Thank you so much for checking in. Go have a beautiful dinner, love. So all these huge breaths. Look. Oh my god, it's like I can't even tell you like what's happening. It's that I've never felt anything quite like it. Sweet meat pies. What does that mean? What in the flip nut is a sweet meat pie, darling? I don't know what that is. But you have a nice night and enjoy that sweet meat, honey. That's so funny. Baby daddy used to like, there were certain parts on my body he called sweet meat. And it's not the part you think. And I wasn't the only one with sweet meat. You know, it was just like on me, it was like whatever, right? But then the babies had sweet meat too. It was the little cheeky little thighs and stuff, and their little cheeks were the sweet meat. You know, you can have sweet meat. Okay, Amy, we'll see you for oh my gosh. So this is good, right? It is good that this is happening and that this breath work has sort of taken over. Because if the maintenance is in the breath, then wringing out a bunch of toxins, and do you know what those toxins are? The hormones I told you about, right? Emotions are hormones. Hormones are toxins that get stuck if you don't let them out. First of all, hey, how about trying to not be so emotional? But if you are stressed out and stuff gets stuck, that could happen even if you're not an emotional person, you know, but if you are dealing with stress and, you know, and it really felt like, what I was experiencing was like a purging of some like, deep-seated garbage. Like the equivalent of shit. It was like so down there wringing out feelings, like emotions from down fucking there, and like that extended push out, like when I show you the Banda locks. And then, but I expected to breathe in, but it turned into these huge yawns over and over. Oh my God. And over, which is just so bizarre to me because I told you that my work here is to maintain the upgrade is breath. So the way that I take it is all that junk that came out of me, the space that was created made a vacuum that's being filled with just this breath. So, pranayama. It's pranayama. They were like, you need to work on your pranayama. I didn't get it. It was breath. To me, I'm thinking I've got to just learn how to breathe. Okay, yeah, if that's how you want to take it. But it's actually pranayama. Prana. Do you know what prana is? I've been holding my breath for 54 years. Thanks. Prana is the life within the breath. And I've been holding my breath for 54 years. What? So to maintain the upgrade, all that's required of me is a little pranayama and Ujjayi pranayama. When you breathe, there are different ways of breathing that accomplish different things for you. This one gives you heat, transformative heat. So you're just going to breathe in. And then as you breathe out, instead of just breathing out normal, you're going to just give it, just squeeze your epiglottis just a tiny, tiny little bit until it kind of hisses like a snake. Listen. That creates a little heat. Let's say you were practicing yoga right now, and that would be one of the ways you could generate some heat in your breath and heat in your body. Let's say you're actually out in the cold. That's one of the ways that you can generate friction. You create a hot breath, and then you use your hot. That it's Ujjayi pranayama, okay? Look it up. Chocolate chip cookies. So how to arrive? Hold on, I see a comment there. Yeah, Alan. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really sure when or how long really you've been on the channel, because if you look at my early videos, this is my normal state of being. More or less. I have had an upgrade, and I'm allowing more of my true self to be perceived by you all as time goes on. And I'm determining just, it's not, am I determining? I'm not determining anything. My job is to breathe, and everything else is going to figure itself out. I don't even have to worry about it. you know? And the whole thing with the other channel, I mean, that didn't even make me mad. I'm just like, I'm like just kind of tired of dealing with YouTube because they said that I never was verified. Well, then how was I monetized in the first place then? You know, I was. So whatever. I just not interested in making life harder. If there's something that's just beyond my scope of ability, I'm just not gonna be able to do it. So when my older son gets here, maybe he'll help me with that. It's easy for him. I don't know why. It's hard for me, but it's easy for him. I thought I had fixed it because I was remonetized. So I'm like, oh, that was actually easier than I thought. But you know what? I'm just tempted to just turn it off completely and tell YouTube that, you know what? Thanks, but I'm good. I can do memberships at my own website. There's memberships on Patreon. It's fun having them when everything's going well, but YouTube is just, I mean, apparently I'm not doing something right for YouTube or Google. And okay, I'm not. I get it. Sorry. Don't monetize me then. I don't fit your little mold. I can't figure out how to make it happen. That's not, you know, there's really, if you really want to know what I think about it, there's a barrier to entry, you know? So one of the problems that I had, and I don't know if this is a problem that they actually noticed or whatever, one of the emails I use, I typoed it because I'm dyslexic. And there was no way to change it. So then I had to add another email as another verification method. These things happen constantly as I'm trying to get stuff done. Part of the problem is that for some reason, I have so many different like Google ad accounts because I had a business and I had a book and that's the reason. I had a business which I still own. And people are calling. I have a book and a web, so I needed all these different things for ads. And Google's always giving me trouble with my ads. I advertise my book and they're telling me like I'm body shaming people to show before and after photos. To depict any kind of before and after or talk about like weight loss, they've said was like body shaming. Oh, yeah, Alan. Well, that channel did grow really, really quickly. But what really happened was that my life was infiltrated. And so that really had me kind of fucked up for a minute. I'm good now, though. The reason why I was getting so triggered by all those people is because I was literally heartbroken. And not only was I heartbroken, but I was heartbroken by someone who betrayed me. And not only did they betray me, but then they came on and catfished and trolled and did different shit and talked shit, you know? So it was a minute for me, and then I had to just go and get out. And I went to Shasta, and that started the transformation. And then I just had one after the next, after the next, after the next of transformations of this upgrade. And that's all that it is. And there are things that need to be done that aren't going to necessarily magically fix themselves. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. Life hasn't really changed at all. What did Wayne Dyer say? When you change the way you look at things, the things around you change. And again, I just had to detoxify my life. And you know what is happening? These beautiful little plants are growing so fast. It's amazing how fast they're growing. This one isn't going to fit in the corner pretty soon behind me. They love it here. Well, I'm really, really glad you guys dropped in with me. I really like coming on this channel. Yeah, the other one just gets crazy. I think when I go back there, if I decide to go live, I might just start posting videos instead of going live and just go live here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it was all very, very important timing, you know. And no one can take anything from me. No one can take anything from me. You know what I mean? Because everything that is of actual value can't be taken. They can try to destroy my peace for a moment, but they don't realize in this video game simulation that we're living in, they are part of the level and the test that I am to. And I did. I like really feel that so strongly. I like literally am on another level of the thing. So, but I do need to get off of here because I feel myself needing to, and I need to just honor that. Because I know sometimes I don't listen to my body, and I'm learning just to breathe. And maybe that breath is where you find the connection between your body and they do. The breath is the connection between the body and the spirit. But if I'm not breathing and, you know, I'm in my spirit, that's where I exist. And maybe that's why I walk around as broken as I am and really don't perceive it, because I'm not breathing. I'm not like perceiving my body, because in order to connect to your body, you have to breathe. Does that make sense at all? I don't know. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't know what time. I've been waking up really early and I come on when I have coffee. So that's when I'll be on. If you want to be here for morning coffee, then subscribe and click the all bell for your notifications. Hi, Heather Wheeler. So that you will be notified when I come on tomorrow morning, Pacific time. So it could be 5:30, 6:37. But I love it if you, well, okay. YouTube likes it when you come on the same time every day. What time would you guys like? What's best for you? I was coming on at 7 o'clock on the dot every time on my other channel. In the very beginning, I was doing an hour on one and an hour on the other. I could do that again. I could do 6 o'clock a.m., 7 o'clock a.m. Yeah, I love them. Well, I look at this plant back here. He's getting so big. I literally gave him a hug. I just stood there and like loved on him. You know, I just couldn't even I was like, I love you. Look at how fast you look at, he's got this one thing coming out that's still got the spiral. The leaf hasn't opened at all, and it's like, look at you. Making babies. And this guy too. When I first got him, all of his leaves were broken. And now there's a bunch of new leaves replacing all of those ones. He was a rescue plant. Do you have any rescue plants? And then the peace lily seems to be doing well. I do want a pathos. I love having a pathos up high somewhere where it can creepy crawl around and across. I love that very much. So, ouch. Okay, seriously, I'm getting off of here. Subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a beautiful day or night. Alan, have a lovely time with your friends today or this evening. That sounds like fun. Everyone, see you soon.